of Earth, good evening. Welcome to this edition 57 of Star Nation News. Today we are going for some more updates from High Commander Thorhan Eredion on board the battle station in orbit of Earth into our star system, XL6 Sol, also known by the Earth Alliance as the nickname Excelsior, as we like to refer to it. Today, we will also hear from Anach Princia about the mastering of emotion and the impact it has on the future of our galaxy and all beings living within it. So without further ado, here are the news from the galaxy. Fasten your seatbelts and engage. High Commander Thorhan Eredion gives us some updates on the major events in this galaxy. Let us hear what he has to say. The Galactic Rebellion against the Sikaar Empire, which has led to the uprising of all the worlds of the Nataru galaxy that were once under the tyranny of the Sikaar, has now reached such a scale that there isn't a single planet in the galaxy that remains silent. All worlds have united, regardless of what organizations they may or may not be a part of. There are still 3 cells of the Sikaar Empire holding out against the United Galactic Alliance of Nataru, including, of course, the head of the Empire, Tuban. Rogue gangs of Sikaars still roam the various sectors of the galaxy, almost impossible to catch, trying to wreak havoc in their wake, but with little effect. They are disorganized and desperate. We've heard of a few cells of Sikaar resistance fomenting rebellion in various places, but to no avail so far, as no one wants to ally with a losing party. And the Sikaar Empire doesn't have a great reputation. The Achorian Altair star system has now evolved into a stable interplanetary confederation where treaties of peace have been signed between the different cultures. Colony Governor Valnek Oroyan, stationed on the second planet of that system, Achorat, reports that the human colonies have broken free from Earth management and have now proclaimed themselves as free, independent cultural group. They have been welcomed into the Achori Planetary Confederation. Terraforming has started on the second planet of the Kepler 62-man star system in what you call the Lyra zone. The little planet, Gemun. In reason of its size, we do believe that the operations will be quick in time, and some results may be operational in a relatively short period of time. Gemun was home of the Ladrach, a reptiloid humanoid culture. As soon as their original world will become habitable again, some Ladrach colons from Sirius B and Vega will move back to repopulate their original homeworld and rebuild there a civilization. The galaxy of Nataru slowly heals its wounds, and many worlds are now feeling very hopeful for a future made of freedom and fraternity. Anach Prince Ea, currently back into the Sol system from his recent diplomatic missions, shares his thoughts and visions on the galactic scene. I have seen wars, real, ruthless wars, where the very divine essence of humanity is swept away by anger, pain, pride, or hubris. There is resilience in revenge, as there is resilience in hope. I have seen despair led to unfortunate actions, and also haste moved by fear. Fear is the illusionary thought that something that does not currently exist will manifest in the future. Through fear, which is a very powerful emotion, we manifest a destructive thought generated by our emotional imbalance. It is the same process with hope. Hope is a process of building a projection of a positive, constructive thought into the quantum network of the future. Duality exists throughout the whole of creation. All sentient beings learn through the way they deal with their emotions. This is the key to dual thinking. Everything is about balance. If you control your emotions, you control the reality around you. Learn to use them to project your intention into reality, and you control the universe. You are just beginning to discover the vast possibilities of consciousness. This is where you stand, humanity of Ki, on the liminal line between demise and power. And your emotions hold the key to great power. It is time to use it. Emotion is the perceptible experience of a frequency running through your being. This frequency is generated by thoughts, carried by specific brainwaves. When the emotion generated is embraced by soul and body, it gives power to thought. Thought and emotion are the origin and the achievement, as part of an intrinsic dynamic. Like an arrow from a bow, use your emotions wisely. I have been away from my ship, the glorious Nibiru, to assist in diplomacy on a galactic scale. I am now back in your star system until my heart sails to new calls to bring peace and wisdom to this troubled galaxy. You know, there is no place in creation where duality doesn't exist. Duality is evolution. By bringing peace into conflict, I am not altering the course of evolution. On the contrary, I am stimulating the minds of the warring parties to find wisdom, reason, acceptance and non-judgment, compassion, and the ways of intelligence. To be a successful mediator, you need to tune into the frequency of the opposing parties, to think like them, and feel like them. You must embrace their emotions as your own, in order to truly understand their perspective and their actions. I helped the Arek to understand the mind and the feelings of the Galactic Federation of Worlds, and I also helped the High Council of the Galactic Federation of Worlds to feel and think like the Arek, for the sake of balance. Only then could they agree peacefully and build a future relationship together based on wisdom and trust. There are some situations where peace is not the solution. When a disease has spread, you need an army to eradicate it. When empires such as the Sikaar and the Nebu have ravaged millions of star systems, a strong, firm hand needs to stop their actions. Being a diplomat also means knowing the balance of choosing the right path. You are doing great, Sumanzovki, in this matter. You are on the verge of being able to take responsibility for your emotions and to master them. The great power that it holds is your key to freedom. How wonderful and filled with wisdom are the words of Prince Ia. Always I am very impressed how Ia can take simple words and say them with such an elegance that he makes the simple words become the greatest words. It's incredible. As an immortal, he has accomplished a level of wisdom with time that he doesn't measure anymore. And he's able to share this wisdom with us all. Spending time with him is always a blessed gem, a diamond in the times of all my lives. What Thorhan Heredion also brought is quite interesting. The galactic diplomacy regarding the Sikaar, of course, diplomacy has failed, but the diplomacy on the galactic scale regarding the collateral developments of this war. What is happening? Worlds unite. And this is when war becomes an agent of change, of remodeling the face of structures as a galaxy, for instance. We've seen with the Lyran Wars, what we call the Lyran Wars, and the Sikaar were involved, of course, firsthand. Because of the Lyran Wars, billions of colons have left the Man system and other systems from Lyra zone, and they populated the rest of the galaxy. The Sikaar invasion has been the agent that kicked out all these populations and sent them, propelled them into the whole galaxy. That is how we find all these human races on Sirius, Vega, Alpha Centauri, all these other places. And colonies on Earth also arrived here, but Earth was another experience, as you know. Experiment, I mean. So what the Sikaar war actually is doing, well, the Sikaar repression on the Sikaar, is bringing all these worlds together, uniting against a common enemy. And may this reflect inspiration to what is happening at the moment on Earth. We are hunting after a horrible predator that has been preying on humanity on Earth from the dawn of times. Their best weapon is to divide humans on Earth, that they don't fight the right enemy. And so many humans have been playing these games, their games, the games of this deep state that was run by the Sikaar and now is headless, because we know all the reptilians have been taken off world and off star system in 2021. It is time we don't play the games of the deep state anymore by division. They try to generate wars, but that's their little kitchen. Let us all unite. We think different. We look different. We have different backgrounds, different education, different knowledge, perspective on things, different beliefs, different opinions, even on the future. But it's okay. It's everyone's path. Let us accept our differences and acknowledge them. Discuss them in all maturity and wisdom as adults. Let us not fight over divergence of opinions. And as Iyad very, very cleverly described, let us not let our emotions run the show. May our emotions be the tools we imprint the network of reality, the holographic grid of reality with. May it be the vessel to carry our intentions that are going to transform this reality in what we want. For years, the CIA has been creating engineering these fear porn psychological operations that humans create with the power of their brain, of their mind, and of their brainwaves. The reality the deep state wants. Because of this collaboration with regressive extraterrestrial cultures such as the Nebu and the Sikaar, the deep state, especially the CIA, has been able, through my lab experiment and research, to decode the functioning of human consciousness. Well, not entirely, but a big part, some parts that are useful to them to change the reality. They're using all of you, they have been using all of you as tools to change the reality into what they want. It is as simple as that. And it is very simple that when you know this, you stop playing their game of fear porn, of manifesting what they tell you on the mainstream media news, such as TVs, that you create it, you receive the information, you create it for real, and you are going to make this happening. You have no idea to what such an extent the mainstream medias are manipulated. The information is untrue. A CIA director said a few decades ago, our plans will be achieved when everything they believe is false. And they've pretty much succeeded. But now look at that. Humanity has awakened, thanks to the help of the Star Brothers and Sisters who are helping you to awaken. And it has happened. And the infiltration plan called the Starseed Envoy programs have succeeded. By remembering who they are, the Starseeds have awakened humanity. And this, you cannot stop it. Once you know, you cannot unknow. Regarding the disclosure plan, there are a lot of drones that you can see flying around. Many of them are man-made. Many of others are from the Intergalactic Confederation and the Galactic Federation of Worlds. They are here as part of the plan of disclosure. Of course, the deep state is taking this opportunity to say, oh, these are drones from Russia or Iran or wherever else. But we are used to this. We are used to this. From the 1950s, they've been blaming always Russia because the deep state is very scared, very frightened of Russia because they know that Russia will play a big role in putting them down. And it's happening. I'm not going into Earth politics because this is not my domain. I am bringing you here the news from the galaxy. I am recommending to you the excellent researchers, such as Dr. Michael Salla or other analysts, maybe of your preference. But this is what I would recommend to follow the exopolitic news and how it applies to Earth events, current events. So I pass on the flame to these people to analyze and make the correlations. Well, this has been an amazing week, and it's also an amazing year if we go backwards in disclosure. In 2024, it became evident to everyone that off-world technologies and aliens are real. And the tsunami of liberation has started. I can't wait to see what 2025 holds, what you hold in your bag, people, because you are making this happening. So rise in power, humans of Key, and always be joyful. This is very important. Keep that joy in your heart because this joy is what keeps you in a high frequency. And this high frequency is what untangles into the web of reality and makes everyone pass into the next step of this beautiful golden age. See you next week for another Star Nation News.
Star Nation News was brought to you by Elena Danan. Don't miss the latest news every Monday on Elena Danan's channel. Video directed by StefZak.